guys, I was gonna leave an hour ago on my bicycle and boating trip, an overnight. Now I think if I wait another hour, I might have a good chance of actually getting out of here because it might be dry by then. Yeah, I don't want to get rained on the minute I step on the bike. The forecast doesn't call for a lot of rain, so I should be good in that regard, but I should probably go back inside and check on the computer what the weather forecast is for the entire region. Oh, there's Doogie. The forecast had a surprise in store. Risk of thunderstorms all day long. Yeah. So to tell you the truth, I'm a little bit disappointed. I was gonna leave here probably almost like 2 hours ago. Then I looked outside, it was raining, and now I looked at the weather forecast, and there is a chance of thunderstorms throughout the day. Then the night, the chance of rain 60%, even though it's not going to be a huge rainfall. It's going to be like on and off. Well, I'm still going to do that trip, you know. Yeah. Just not today. What? So it's finally the next day and the saga goes on. Yes, I'm going to take my boat to the river, going to go floating. But not for the camping trip that I planned. I'm gonna hopefully do that later this week. Today the weather is nice. It would have been probably perfect to leave today and come back tomorrow. However, I have other commitments tomorrow. That's the problem. Now, before I take off, I'm just gonna show you my little rig. And you can find more information about this on my channel. I'll link that at the end of this video. So let me just show you real quick. See this contraption here? This can carry my boat when it's on the bicycle, and it can also carry the bicycle when I have to take it on the boat. It's pretty makeshift here. Like there's a thing that keeps this spread far enough apart so that I fit between there without rubbing on these sides here too much. And other than that, it's just a bungee cord that secures everything, and the IKEA bag is particularly good for that because it's got these long handles. They go right around the seat post, so it's pretty good on there. I'm not going to lose anything, that's for sure.
Captain Jorg, the fearless boater. Again, going down the North Saskatchewan River.
I haven't really thought about where to launch my rig. Okay, what's it like right here? This is the James McDonald Bridge, I think that's what it's called. And I should probably go down there and see how accessible the water is there. Alright, let's go see. It might be too steep just getting down the last little bit here. Look at this. What do you think? Actually, I don't think that's all that bad. But it's probably very unstable wherever it's wet. See how muddy this is? Well, just to get the bike down here might be a little bit of a challenge. And that muck down there, I don't know. But if I do get all muddy, I mean, the worst thing that can actually happen is that I have to rinse off my shoes. Horrible. And from here, the way home won't take me all day. And that was kind of the point, you know. So, how easily can I get down there? Interesting formations here, see? It's like when the river goes high, it always takes a little bit away. See, and of course, I'm wearing my beloved Crocs, because that's the only pair of shoes that I have that is fit for stepping in mud and stepping in the river, aside from the rubber boots, which are very uncomfortable. Yep, the ground is already a little bit softish here. And this doesn't look good. I mean, look at this. Ooh. What would I do if I was smart?
Captain Jorg, the fearless boater. Again. Going down the North Saskatchewan River.
Jorg, the fearless boater, and going down the North Saskatchewan River.
Captain Jorg, the fearless boater going down the North Saskatchewan River.
It's good to go. I'm on the water, on the river, on the North Saskatchewan River, that is. That's kind of exciting. I haven't been on this river this year at all, and it's already the middle of July. But yeah, there's never too late as long as summer, you know. Now I'm floating toward the low-level bridge, which is Edmonton's oldest. So yeah, right now is for me is relaxing time, you know. It turned out it wasn't too bad to get on there. Anyways, this is just a kind of test because I haven't done this in a while. Like last year, I've done quite a few trips on the river like that. And this year, so far, none. This is the first one. It is still amazing. My contraption that I built, it seems like it works better today than it ever has. You know, there's always a little bit of fiddling with the Velcro straps and with the bungees. I've got 2 bungees securing the bike. That seems totally sufficient for this water because it's calm. And I got 3 Velcro straps, 1 in the front, 2 on each side, and that bike ain't going nowhere unless I'm going on the ocean in a big storm or something, you know, in a hurricane.
Captain Jorg, the fearless boater. Again. Going down the North Saskatchewan River.
There's a doggy. This is a riverboat. It got damaged 2 or 3 years ago and they fixed it, and now it's operational again. You'll have to check it out on their website. I'll leave a link in the description, but you can also see it up there. See, edmontonriverboat.ca. So you want to check that out if you're coming to Edmonton. It might be a unique adventure, unless of course you get yourself an inflatable boat like I did. Yeah, nothing beats this. This is a Voyager 300, in case you were wondering. It is one of the cheapest inflatable boats that you can get that is supposed to be good for 2 people. And it is. However, you better be close with your significant other because it's not much room for 2 people. But apparently it's enough room for 1 person and a bike. See how nice this fits? Yeah, last year Barbara and I, we went all the way to Fort Saskatchewan like this, without the bikes of course, but we had ridden the bikes home from there, and then we took the boat to pick up the car, which was pretty cool actually. This year my planned camping trip goes beyond the town of Devon, where I cycled to last year, and then I came back the same day. However, it got dark before I ever got back to this area, so I had to ride a significant stretch of the way home on my bike in the dark, and that wasn't the best. But this year, I'm going to take 2 days and I'm going to pick a nice island to camp on. That is the plan. And I was going to do that yesterday, leave yesterday morning, come back today. I could have left today, but then I would have had to reschedule a commitment that I have, and I don't like to do that. The weather for Thursday and Friday and even Saturday is supposed to be pretty good. And now you can have a beautiful view of the city here, see? Usually I show you this from up in the air. Today I could show it to you from the water. So in case you're wondering, you know, my bicycle touring talk has been less consistent recently, and I've said it before and mentioned it again. I'm in the process of launching a second channel. Well, in a way it's an experiment. I've listened to the advice that in order to be successful as a YouTuber, you got to start out with a niche. Recently, I've gotten heavily into the drone videography, photography. I'm going to try and I am making it my business, you know. The idea is my new channel is just about what I'm learning as I'm trying to establish my business in the drone world. There will be drone footage there. There will be editing tips and even editing questions that I still have, where I could perhaps get some of you who are more experienced than I am to comment on it and help me in my pursuit to study this myself, because that's my way of learning. It's the hard way, but it's permanent. Once you learn something the hard way, you don't forget it.
Captain Jorg, the fearless boater, going down the North Saskatchewan River.
So I was talking about the other channel that I'm starting. There are already videos on there and stuff, but they're not public at this point. I'm gonna announce it when I'm ready. And also, I don't want you to think that I'm giving up on this channel, because this channel is that is me, whatever I do, whatever I have on my mind. You may not get everything every time, because there are certain things that go on in life, you know, that are private. But besides that, you know, whatever things I'm up to, yeah, I like to share the stuff. You know, maybe somebody somewhere can benefit from it. I like to enhance it with humor. Lately, I started uploading everything in 4K. Perhaps to most of you, maybe it doesn't make a difference, but I want to give it the best that I can and make it a habit. You know, if you're watching my channel on a big screen TV, like the 75-inch or whatever they got now, it should be crystal clear and sharp, except in some occasions, you know, I goof up.
No.
Captain Jorg, the fearless boater. End. Going down the North Saskatchewan River.
Let me introduce you to the Dawson Bridge.
Captain Jorg, the fearless boater, the end. Going down the North Saskatchewan River.
Just awesome. Like, I'm enjoying this so much, I tell you. It is so relaxing. You know, when you get caught up in trying to accomplish things, you know, trying to reach your goals, working, then other things come up, doing something else, working some more. Sometimes you lose yourself. The remedy is going out on the lake with Barb, or going out on the river by myself with the bike, the boat. This is what life is about, guys. It sounds so simple and so like nothing really significant, but see, this is the kind of recreation I have right here available basically for free. There's somebody fishing, I think. So in case you're wondering how I'm going to put my camping gear in this boat, well, it's really quite simple. See the rocks on my bike? I take 2 of my small panniers, and everything that I take has to fit in there. And then I clip it onto the rack just as if the bungees weren't there. Yeah, I tried this camping last fall just for one trip. I left on a Sunday afternoon, made it back Monday afternoon, I think. To be honest with you, it was a little bit rushed, so yeah, I wanted to get 2 full days for this. Then I would have almost the whole day of just cycling, except it wouldn't be the whole day because I would have to still make it onto the water and to my island. But see, once I'm on the water like this, like nothing really, like if I wasn't doing anything, I'd end up in Edmonton eventually. It's like that, you know. You have to, when you're crossing a bridge or maybe an island or some spot where the water is really shallow, you have to pay attention. But other than that, Captain Jorg going down the North Saskatchewan River. Just around a little bit. See, ultimately, that's one of my ideas. I'm gonna eventually build myself a trailer, probably from an old ladder, an axle, 2 wheels, and some kind of bar that I can hook up to this bike that I'm using today. I have to make a bracket for it that is not permanent, so it have to be possible to take it off easily, because I still want to do touring with this bike, even though I haven't been too ambitious this season so far. Ooh, there's all kinds of old tires coming out of the... Look at that. How long have they been there? It's kind of sad that our society, our way of life, makes a mess out of everything. There's even a frame of an old car, believe it or not. Look at the roots of this tree. Like, wow.
Captain Jorg, the fearless boater. The end. Going down the North Saskatchewan River.
Yeah. So I couldn't help myself. I did it again. I launched the drone from the boat and I flew it. I flew it underneath the Capilano Bridge. The biggest challenge is when it comes to catching it. So this time I still had 70% of the battery left, and I started my approaches, and I got it pretty much on the second try or so. At first I tried doing it, have it follow me kind of thing, and then brought it down low enough, but then I drifted off and I couldn't possibly get it, so I let it pass me. And then as I see, like, it was still at my height. So then as I look at the drone, it seems like it wants to land now, it wants to land in the water. So I had to react really fast and pull it up a little bit more so it doesn't think that the water is going to be the place to land. These sensors at the bottom of the drone, when you're too low above the water, they go haywire. So... But in order to catch the drone, I have to bring it almost within like 2 feet of the water or so. And that's what the tricky part is, So if I can't catch it, I don't have a whole lot of time to bring it back up. So it's challenging. But it was too tempting. The wind is very, very calm today, so it's a good day for that. And I hope it was worth it. So on Friday, if everything goes as planned, I'm going to be spending my entire day like this. Just floating on the river. Can you imagine? And if you need a boat that you can afford, well, I leave a link in the description to this Voyager 300 because they sell it on Amazon. It's still very affordable compared to if you were to buy a fully blown, what do you call them? A pack raft, or really anything that floats like this and that you can use on the river. Like pretty much anything is more expensive than this Voyager 300. It's definitely well worth the money. It is just ordinary inflatable boat vinyl, but it's quite thick. And if you're hauling it on the bike like me, you'll feel it. It's not light. So the biggest thing here with this putting the boat back on the bike, it's that I don't have a stable place to put the bike, because, you know, look at what the trucks that come here, what they do to the surface. Horrible. And it's got a slope, so it's a little bit of a challenge to get that boat back on there. Now I got a dog involved there too, so he's not gonna go after the boat, is he?
No.
So as you can see, everything's packed up, ready to go. I couldn't show you the whole process because there was a lot going on around me, but see what I did? So I put a Velcro strap onto my brake so the bike's a bit more stable while I'm leaning it here. So now I'm going to be on my way home, riding the bike. Before I go, it's a kind of aerial glimpse of the boat launch slash getting out spot where I just got out. See, there's a dog down there enjoying himself. I only have about, I want to say, 15-minute bike ride back to the house. It's a beautiful day, and now I gotta show you something else, because look, there's a whole bunch of people in canoes down there. See if I can zoom in on them a little bit. Yeah, that's our North Saskatchewan River. It is very popular for all kinds of recreational activities, including cycling and boating. Now, I would appreciate if you tickle that like button lightly before you go. And if you like this kind of content, you like my video, well, there's more coming. So be sure to subscribe, because in a few days I'm going on a camping trip with the same rig with camping equipment on top of it. And it's going to be wild, I tell you. Don't miss it.
Captain Jorg, the fearless boater going down the North Saskatchewan River.